DreAllday.com.
Here, but this morning we're talking about going to the ocean with a teaspoon. I don't know if any of you ever heard that cliche, but the cliche is you don't want to show up to the ocean with a teaspoon. If you got to the ocean and there's all this water and all you guys are a little teaspoon, there's only so much you're going to be able to get, even if you just keep getting more and more teaspoons. If you want to get the most out of the ocean, you got to bring a bucket, you got to bring a dump truck, you got to bring something so you can get more. So the reason I'm talking about that, ladies and gentlemen, is to tell you how you can start getting more out of your life, whatever it is you do. Doesn't matter if you play a sport, if you're on the internet, you hate the internet, you're a librarian, you're a school teacher, or you're just a housewife. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you how to get more out of your life. There's 3 things you need to do. Number 1 thing you must do is you must start asking for more. You must start asking for more. All of you know, right? If a magic genie popped out and said, listen, I'll give you whatever you want in your life, but you got 5 minutes to write down every single thing that you want. And think of the things you will write down there. And if you list all those things that you will write down, right? The genie said, I'll give you whatever you want. You wrote them all down because you had 5 minutes. Ask yourself, when's the last time in your life you actually asked someone for any of those things that's on that list? If you haven't, then that means you're not asking for enough. That means you're asking for half of what you actually want. Maybe a 10% of what you want. Some of you asking for 1% of what you want. If the genie said, I'll give you whatever you want, and you wrote it down, when is the last time you asked for that at any point in your life, in any area of your life? So number 1, start asking for more. Number 2, if you're going to ask for more, this is important. If you're going to ask for more, this is what you need to do. You need to start over-delivering. If you're going to ask for more, you must deliver more than what everybody else is delivering. You can't be average, you can't be okay, you can't be good, you can't even be great. You got to be, as Tony Robbins says, outstanding. And the difference between great and outstanding, or excellent and outstanding, as he says, is so small that you can't even, there's not even a space you can put in between your fingers. That's how small the difference is. You need to start over-delivering. So what you're used to doing now, you need to do more. Whatever standard you have now, you need to raise it. So if you raise your standard by 1% every single day, if you play basketball, let's say you make 100 jump shots today, tomorrow make 101, the next day go 1% higher, 1% higher, 1% higher. By the end of the year, who knows how many that is? I ain't no mathematician, but you'll be making thousands of jump shots because it's more than just adding one every day. It's 1% of the bigger number. So what you need to do, number 1, we already talked about, start asking for more. Number 2, over-deliver, because if you're going to ask for more, you got to deliver more, because people are not just going to give you more if you give them the exact same amount. There's no such thing as something for nothing. And the number 3 thing you got to do, if you want to over-deliver in life, if you want to get more in life, you want to stop bringing teaspoons to the ocean, is you got to stop thinking about what you can't do and start asking yourself, what can I do? Ask yourself, what can I do? So when you're in a situation where things don't seem like you're not sure if it's going to work out, it's kind of a question. It's kind of like, I never did this before, I'm not sure I can be successful. Don't start thinking about what you can't do or why it won't work. Ask yourself this question: what can I do? What action can I take in this situation? What can I do proactively right now that's going to help me become more successful in this situation? When you ask yourself that question, even with the same skill level that you had 2 minutes before, your brain will start delivering you better answers. So you got to ask yourself better questions if you want better answers. So 3 things I'm telling you to stop going to the ocean with a teaspoon. Number 1 is you must ask for more. Start asking for more, because you know you want more, so why are you not asking for it? How are you ever going to get it if you never ask for it? Number 2, you got to over-deliver. If you're going to ask for a lot, you got to give a lot. There's no such thing as something for nothing. And number 3, stop thinking about what you can't do and start asking yourself, what can I do? What can I do in this situation? What skills do I have? What do I bring to the table? Just like somebody asked me at the beginning of the scope, Dre, are you hiring people? Do you got a spot for me? Listen, I ain't got a spot for nobody. Now, if you got something you can offer me that's worth it, then I got a spot for you. But you got to ask yourself a better question. What can I do? You got to come to me and tell me what you can do that I would give a damn about. If you can't tell me that, then I'm not interested. So that's the same way you got to approach everything you do in life. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's DreAllday. For those who don't know me, follow me here on Periscope. Hit me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. Those are only 2 things I'm going to tell you. You want to find out more about me, I got a website. The link is in my bio, but I'm only tell you those 2 things. Number 1, follow me on Periscope. Number 2, hit me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. I'm there all day. I'm doing a speaking engagement tonight. I'm speaking about being an entrepreneur at the Urban League of Fort Lauderdale. So if you follow my Snap, you're going to see snaps from that. I'm filming it, and I'm also going to be snapping the entire time while I'm talking. I won't be snapping, but somebody's going to have my Snapchat. They're going to be snapping the whole time I'm talking tonight. Urban League Fort Lauderdale. Make sure you follow my Snapchat at Dre Baldwin so you can see it. Make sure you follow me here on Periscope so you get every live stream I do, because I do these every day. My name's DreAllday. Y'all have a great Wednesday. Work on your game. What could you not do with more confidence? Less attention to the negativity of other people, more focus on your goals than nothing else, and not letting unfortunate circumstances slow you down. Would all of those help you out? Well, go to DreAllday.com/bulletproof. Check out my new 8-week course called Bulletproof Mindset. get started, and I'll see you over there. Work on your game. If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is @Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known. Getting the exposure you want and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast when you're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game.
Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I'm ballin'. I feel like Dre